Let life be life. Let them be them because they're already going to do it anyways. All right, what's up, party people? Scott from the Grave Podcast. We got Burner. Hit me on the burner. We're going to get into a caller here in a second, but if you want to be a part of and not a part from, hit us on the burner. Leave a question, topic, something you want talked about. Maybe you want to bring up a point you don't agree with, whatever the case. Call this number, 561-250-3033. Hit us on the burner, 561-250-3033. And we're going to get right into this caller right here. Let's see, which one is he? He's right here.
Scotty, it is Jeff from Daytona.
Yeah, and you'll find some creatures up in Daytona. You go up there, you hang around those parts for a little bit, you're going to run into the likes of Tiger King, and you're going to not want that, but you'll find it.
Appreciate all that you do, brother, through whether it's the emails, the podcast, the posts on social media. Really appreciate it, brother. Always look forward to seeing what you got to say. I'll keep this brief, hopefully under 60 seconds. Would like your ideas. I know you talk about it quite a bit, but on mindfulness as far as how to better stay in the moment, whether you're struggling with different things in life, whether it be recovery or everyday life. Also, mindfulness versus meditation, how they coexist with each other. Another thing that I would love to hear from you about is expectations of others, as far as not having expectations of others just because people are on different areas of their life than you might be, and even though you might do something for somebody, not expecting things back in the same way. Also would like to hear from you as far as not forcing things in life, relationships, just kind of letting things happen, letting people be who they are. But like I said, really appreciate what you do for the community, brother, and glad to know you. Hope you're well. Talk to you soon.
Jeff, appreciate you, man. Always appreciate your love. Love seeing you around in Temperance Training. Shout out Temperance Training. I know you guys bring the crew from up there in Daytona to come down and support every end of year. Likewise, we go up there. So it's always a pleasure running into you and your crew, man, and experiencing all the love. So thank you for the question. All right, let's get into it, man. So mindfulness is a dedicated practice to bring you more in tune with what's happening in your human life in each moment, whether it's eating, walking, being in a conversation, listening, being with a loved one, whatever, being mindful of the moment you are moving through. Mindfulness and meditation often get kind of paired together as though mindfulness is meditation. And if we're looking under the ultimate authoritative definition of meditation, which is a profound sense of deep healing rest. That's the definition of meditation, a profound sense of deep healing rest. Mindfulness, it is a type of meditation, but it's focused and it takes in a way effort. So it's not in and of itself a source of meditation. It's a practice. Mindfulness for me personally, I don't really find myself, I don't really practice it with intention. It's of my belief and my experience that if I'm a daily meditator, I give myself to the practice of meditation, the byproduct, the beauty runoff is more mindfulness, is more presence, is more dialed into my workouts and in my breath and in the moment of those rigorous workouts. It is an emptiness or emptying of the mind when I'm eating and paying attention to the food that I'm taking in. So for me, I mean, listen, I learned this part through my my meditation teacher. There's monks who will practice years of meditation, and mindfulness is a radical result of that. and then they go into that arena of mindfulness to expand it even more and practice it, right? But we've kind of, in the Western world, have latched onto that pretty little world and thrown it over into the middle of the US into a yoga studio and painted it on some Lululemons with Lisa from Daytona and a down praying mantis upright standing dog. And then we just started talking about it. And, it's like mindfulness, mindfulness. It's like, dude, that's a result of like 13 years of an disciplined meditation. I'm being facetious, right? But mindfulness is there for everyone if you give yourself to meditation. Wanting to, in my opinion, wanting to experience the benefits of mindfulness without a committed, disciplined meditation life is like saying how good the sundae is when you only ate the cherry. You're like telling people, oh, the sundae. It's like, why are your lips red? Only, like, why can you not tell me what chocolate tastes like, dude? Like, it's just, whatever. That's my thing with mindfulness. Now, all of your questions can be answered, supported, and experienced from the baseline of meditation. Every question you brought up, every point you brought up, loving without demand of reward, letting go of expectations. What is mindfulness and how does it coexist with meditation? And how do I just let things be, let things flow, let people do as they are? So you're going to experience all of those answers. You're going to experience the process of how those things take place when you meditate. And meditate is to just sit there and let your mind be your mind. And when you give permission for your thoughts to just be thoughts, you can enter into a deep, profound sense of rest. And when you do that, you are letting your human nature just think, and judge and expect and wish I was more present and wish people were different. And I did this for them. How come they did this for me? This is fucking bullshit. I'm going to go work out. Forget about it. I'm not even mad. I don't get mad. I'm never mad. I'm not mad. Right? It's like, and when we just meditate and we let the mind do that, we stop taking so much stock in it, so much seriousness in it. And it becomes less of a threat. Like, if it just becomes less of you don't care as much, like it's like, if my mind took the form of a human and was always trying to fight me, which it does, without meditation, it takes the form of Mike Tyson. And you're like, this man, like, I can't do it. I can't meditate. Your thoughts are just beating you up. It's like the worst it could be, right? And then you meditate for a little bit, and then your thoughts turn into like, Steve from Blue's Clues. And you're like, man, whatever. He could probably throw a couple good ones, but like, fuck that guy. Blue sucks anyways, like he wasn't even that funny. And so you you're not taking, like, yeah, okay, you'd have to put up your defense, right? But like, you don't really care that much, right? And then after little by slowly, your thoughts turn into like a 5-year-old. And you're like, man, I don't even like this kid anyways. Like, he's not going to do nothing to me. Could he get a nut shot in? Yeah, I got to be careful about that. He could get a nut shot in. Could he bite me? Yeah, he could do that. I know that little son of a bitch ain't cutting his nails. He could scratch me. He probably puts boogers on me, right? Ruin my day. But like, he's not going to like hurt me. So you really start like letting it go. And then hopefully little by slowly, I don't know where I'm at on this scale, but your thoughts turn into pretty much like, hey, Arnold or Doug or Blue from Blue's Clues, right? Now it's just Blue. And you're just letting it be it, you know? So it was like, they're all thoughts. They're just either really serious thoughts that you have to like respond to, like, oh shit, Mike Tyson's bowing up. And you respond, your body responds, you're in fight and flight, the whole deal. Well, when it gets down to Steve from Blue's Clues, and then Hey Arnold, and then a 5-year-old and all that stuff, you're just like, like I'm gonna like be careful and stuff. I don't want to get a nut shot. That's gonna hurt, right? But like you're not in fight or flight. Play with it. You're more loose. You're more free flowing, and now you're experiencing your last question. How do you kind of just let things be? Let people be as they are. Well, the key to that is people are as they are. They're always going to be as they want to be. And there ain't shit that your want for them to be different can do anyways. So so this consideration is, why do I want them to change so much? For me, when I'm wanting others to change, most of the time, it's because there's crevices of stagnation within me, things that I know I'm supposed to be working on and changing that I'm not doing anything about most of the time. Um, you know, to give to others without any demand for return, that's the whole deal, man. That's like that's Christ washing the feet of the murderer, of the tax collector. You know, uh, that's the ultimate form. Uh, and the greatest among you will be your servants. The best thing I believe we can do for anyone at any moment is to report the experience of our evolution, our growth, our overcoming, our pain, our resurrection, the best as we can, and then walk away and not even care if they listen, care if they don't listen, and care if they really change. Of course, I want them to change, right? And experience all this stuff. But if they don't, that's okay. Because it's like, hey, I'm dancing, right? Like I'm dancing. This is my dance. Everybody's down. I'm dancing. Hey, this is how I dance, man. Hey, Brett, listen up. Look at my dance. And if he's like, whoa, dude, how do you snap like that? I want to dance too, which you would never do, number one. Okay. But if he was like, whoa, dude, how do you snap? Like, I want to do it too. Everybody's doing it. Right. I would be like, oh, cool. Like, he can do it. And then I would just, okay. But if he was like, you're the lamest person I've ever met, get the fuck away from me, that's fine, because I'm still going to dance away. I'm still dancing, whether he listens and dances with me or he doesn't listen, I'm still dancing regardless. The common thread of solution or answer into all your points that you brought up is where is the loyalty to who you are, what you're going through, where you're growing, right? Where are you at? Where am I at? Why are the people of this world or the people closest to me? And it's not easy. We're human. I do it all the time. I was just losing my shit before we went to record this. I was like hot, frustrated. I was trying to like transfer this voicemail onto the sound pad so I could do it, and I was like hot, and I'm like just fucking and it was like humanity just fucking twisted my shoulder for a second. And Brett was like, "Why don't you take 30 seconds?" Well, I don't fucking need 30 seconds. I needed 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So whatever, dude. That's who I am. There's stuff in all of us that are compasses that point to true north. All these things that you brought up, they're pointing to your true north of where you need to go, maybe what we're avoiding, where some fear is, where the insecurities are, what needs are not being met, where do you want to be seen, where are you not being heard, left, all of it, right? At least that's what I found in me in my life. So yeah, man, the expectation game, there's one answer. Like you need to castrate every expectation of yourself and others in this world to do as you think it should, like immediately. And there's going to be a lot of pain that's going to take us to get there. But like people are going to do what they're going to do anyways. Life is going to do what life wants to do anyways. And reality is going to win. And it already won. And because reality was being reality before I even came along, and reality is going to continue being reality long after I'm gone. So the more, Michael Singer says this, the more I let life and the people in it, the more I give life and the people in it the permission to be life in them, the more it frees me up to tap into my own great inner resources to do as God would have me. I paraphrase, but for a little bit. So, in essence, let life be life. Let them be them because they're already going to do it anyways. I talked about this on a different episode, but if you're upset with the battles that is going on right now between Republicans and Democrats and liberals and Trump and this and all this bullshit and hate and riots, and if you're upset about that, don't be angry and talk shit about it. Go be kind to somebody. Go love on somebody. Or don't contribute to the conversation at all. Because all we're doing is perpetuating the problem. So it's like, who am I if I just want to perpetuate the problem and don't want to actually, go be kind? Like if you're upset about violence on the West Coast of this country and you're in South Florida and your sphere of influence is not on the West Coast in California, then go serve and be kind to somebody who doesn't look like you where you're at right now. And then see what you're about, But a lot of the time we just want to stage in a microphone for our contentions and resentments and whatever. But long story short, Jeff, man, loyalty to working on ourselves spiritually will create a passive healing that will teach you about all these questions that you brought up, which are awesome, awesome questions. At least they have with me. The less I take myself seriously, the less I expect of myself to perform, the less I will take others seriously in a good way, right? And the less I will expect of them. I'll be in my own lane, worrying about what I can give, regardless of if they do it or not, because that's the golden rule. Concerned with behavior. How am I treating others and the world about me? And that's whether they live it back or not. And I'll wrap up with this, which is a verse from the Serenity Prayer. Taking as he did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. Peace. Yeah.